Hey, welcome to Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'm Lee, and in this video we'll be taking a look at some Warcry news, and I'll introduce you to the new Carrion catcher. How cool is this? We've got some Warcry news and a new miniature to take a look at. I was really hoping we'd get some Warcry news this week, so it's awesome to see an article pop up on the Warhammer community site introducing us to this new miniature. So let's dive in and take a look. Here we go, here's the new miniature. This is the Carrion catcher, and he's part of a new warband called the Rotmire Creed. Okay, a really wacky character. There's lots going on here. It may look like he's about to play some panpipes, but I think that's more of a protective mask. He's also got a little bit of war paint on, perhaps, behind the mask. So yeah, definitely a human character, though, looking at all the body parts that we can see. And what a weird weapon. We've got this big, long piece of wood with all the spikes coming out of it, and then the rope going through with a hook on the end. So he's going to be throwing that maybe up to 7 inches in range, maybe less than that, maybe even 3, and then perhaps dragging the enemy towards him. So a little bit like the harpoon kind of action we've seen on some of the previous warbands. He's also got these stilts, so because he's from the swamps, as it tells us in the article, he's going to need those to travel across it quickly. But is it going to help him get to some of the higher points on the terrain, I wonder? So yeah, we'll have to wait and see until we get some rules to know exactly how these are going to help him. But a definite swampy vibe all round. He's got some kind of slimy weeds hanging down from him at the back, and then as we move up you can see he's got all this slime on top of him, so maybe that's some kind of tool to help him mask his smell from maybe the prey he's after, because he's definitely going out doing some fishing there in the swamps with that hook. And does the name Carrion Catcher suggest he's working along some kind of beasts, maybe? And they take down the prey, and he sneaks in and rips a bit of flesh off with that hook to keep for himself and the other members of the warband. So, yeah, that would be interesting. But looking at the other parts, there's nothing really giving too much of a beastie vibe here, apart from the spikes at the end of this tool, this weapon. They could be maybe from some kind of arachnid, or are they claws from a bird of some kind? Or maybe some unknown beast that lurks under the swamps. We do know that the Rotmire Krieg are currently embroiled in a running battle with the Horns of Hashut, and it tells us that in the article. So these two are going to be going up against each other. So are these the two warbands that are going to be featured in the main game? If there is a new box set coming out, that is, I'm sure there will be. And so it looks like this is what we could be facing. So you've got one in the swamps, but then one who's heavily armoured like you see here. So it's certainly going to be tricky for those Horns of Hashut to go into the swamps with all that heavy armour that's just going to bog them down, while these guys on stilts are going to get around pretty quickly. I must say I'm not a huge fan of these Horns of Hashut. I wouldn't really fancy playing them myself, but these other guys, the Carrion Catcher from the Rotmire Krieg, definitely have got more appeal to me based on this one model, but we certainly need to see more of this warband before I can make a proper decision. But that's pretty much all the news we're getting about this new Carrion catcher at the moment, and so hopefully we'll find out more now. There'll be a bit more news as the week goes on, or certainly next week we'll get an update and hopefully get a good look at the rest of this new warband. Hopefully we'll get some more beasts to go with this. I think that'd be really cool if they do work hand in hand with some animals, much like the Untamed beasts with the Rock Tusk Prowler. I'd really like to see something like that included here, but some kind of swampy creature, or it would be perfect if there's some kind of bird involved. I'd really like that. So what do you think about this model? I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments section below. Do you think it's a good look? Does this appeal to you more than the Horns of Hashut? And is this the kind of woodsmen you were expecting to see in this new edition? As soon as we get more information, I'll keep you updated, and look out next week when we've got another Warcry battle report here on the channel. But for now, thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to join me next time on Tabletop Skirmish Games. I'd like to say a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters who make these daily videos possible, and if you're interested in joining the community, it'd be awesome to see you there, and I'll put a link for that in the description down below.